Hi guys, welcome to Learn Tech from Zero. Today we'll be covering step 2 of the project Zero to CCNA. So if you're new to this channel, we will be creating a network from scratch which will cover everything from the CCNA exam objectives. So if you haven't watched our previous video, make sure to watch step 1. So today we will be starting with step 2, where we will start adding devices to the software, the packet tracer. So let's begin with step 2. Okay, so on step 2 we need to download a software called packet tracer. So a packet tracer is a software where you can simulate a network design, and you can basically make them work and make them communicate with each other. And this is from Cisco, and you can download it completely for free on this link. And then after you download it, you need to basically have a Cisco Academy network login. It's free as well, so you need to create a login, and then you need to log in to start using the lab. Okay. So to create a complete network design where it will cover everything from the CCNA exam objectives, what we will need is we will need 1, 2, 3 routers. These are the model numbers, and this is what we will call them, and count is the number of routers for each type. So you can see that these are all the same. So 3 routers. This is the current role that we will be covering, and in the future we will basically update those router configurations to cover other exam objectives. So don't worry about this one now. Today we will just add devices to the packet tracer. So we will add 3 routers. We will add 4 switches. Right now they're all layer 2 switches. In the future we will cover layer 3 switches. So CCNA heavily focus on layer 2, and for VLAN communication it focuses on router on a stick method. So initially we will go with layer 2 and router on a stick method, but later on we will go higher and more advanced. So if you're confused, don't worry, just follow me. We will do everything from scratch and everything will start making sense. Okay, so we will have 3 routers, 4 switches, and we will have 4 plus 2. So one area, the head office will have 4 computers and the branch office will have 2. So 6 PC, like desktop computers, 1 server computer, and then 1 laptop, 1 Wi-Fi router for connecting wireless devices, and 1 basically a cloud network. That's the internet service provider network that we don't have any control over. So it's basically the internet area. So let's just begin. Let's see if we need to go through anything else. You can go on the website and you can go through all the details, but don't worry too much about it for now. So let's start creating it. So what we will do is we need to add 3 routers, which is model 2911, 2911, 2911. So let's just add those 3 routers. So I'm just going to open packet tracer. Okay, so you can see that at the bottom left corner you can add devices. So you need to choose network devices. No, end devices are computers, so you choose network devices, and then you choose router, and then we need to choose the model 2911. If you look at the notes, 2911, 1, 2, 3 routers. So let's just go and choose 2911, 1 router, 2 router, 3 router. Okay, so let's say this is the router from the internet service provider. This is the head office router, and this is a router in a branch office. It's like in a different city. So that's it. So 3 routers, and then what we'll do is we'll add 4 switches. These are all Cisco 2960. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are all the same model. So let's just go to packet tracer again, and then we will go and choose. You can see the next is switches, and we will choose the model 2960. So 2960. So what we need is four switches: one, two, three, four. So based on the design, I think what will happen is head office switch, head office switch. So two of them will be in the head office, and then so two head office switches for accessing, so accessing internet. So it's like layer 2, and then one, just one layer 3 switch. So three switches will go to the head office, and one switch will go to the branch office. So let's say this is the head office. What we'll do is, let's just say one, two, three switches in the head office, and one switches in the branch office. What we can do is we will rename them as well, and we will connect them with cables. So don't worry about this now. We are just adding devices. Okay, and then what we need is we need PC, personal computer. PET means packet tracer, so we are talking about packet tracers. So we need four plus two personal computers, which means desktop computers, and four will be in the head office, two will be in the branch office. Okay, so let's just go and add those four computers. So what we need to do, these are, so we need to go to the next section. It's called end devices right here, and then we will choose PC. So four of them will go to head office, and then two of them will go to branch office. We can basically create we can separate them this way, so it starts making sense. And that's the internet service provider. Okay, now what's the next step? All right, the next step is we need a server computer, and then we need a laptop. So let's just add server computer and a laptop, so just one each. So server computer will be an end device, so let's just say one server computer. So this is going to be in the head office, so we'll just add it here. And then one laptop computer is going to be in the head office as well. Okay, and then we have added them now. And one wireless router, so wireless router model WRT 300N. So let's just go and find that device. So it will be wireless device. So you need to go to the network section, and you need to go to wireless device, and you need to add, what was the model again? WRT 300N. WRT 300N. This is the one, WRT 300N. This will be in the head office as well. Okay, now what's the next step? And then we need a cloud, basically a sign, like a symbol, to represent the internet service provider, the internet area where we don't have any control over, and this is the internet. So when we have to communicate with the internet and everything, when we have to simulate the whole network and it's working and everything, we need to make sure that we have everything in place. So let's just add this one now. Don't worry about this for too much. So that's the WAN emulation, like wide area network, and that's the cloud sign, and we'll just add it here. So this is basically this is the internet, the router in the internet service provider area. So it's their edge router. Your head office router will be connected to the internet service provider's router, and this is their infrastructure. So don't worry about this one now. We will start everything will start making sense with every step. So when we start doing step 2 and step 3, everything will start making sense. So we have added all those devices. See, it's so it's all done. So let's just go through some of the devices. So the head office router, the head office R1. So this router, so let's just call it as R1. So let's just rename it as R1. So that's the head office router. What it will do is it will support serial modules. So what we'll do is we will add modules, and then we will connect two different routers using a serial connection. This is an old technology, it's not used right now, but we need to know this for CCNA. And then this router will cover OSPF. It's a layer 3 protocol. It will support network address translation from basically public to IP to public IP address to uh, private to public, etc. It supports ACLs, so basically it will filter using IP address or port numbers and protocols, etc. And then this is what we'll do for now, and later on we will do these. So don't worry about this. Branch office router will basically it's just another router in a separate area. So it's a branch of the head office. So this will be head office, this will be the branch, and then we will connect them, and everything will go from here to the branch. So branch devices will get IP addresses, their switches will work from all the configurations we do in the head office. Will be the head office area. I'm going to start labeling them in later on, so I'm not going to do this now because the video will get too long. So I will start labeling them, and in the next video you can see all the labels will be there, and I will explain it to you as well. So then we will have switches. Let's say, for example, distribution switch 1 will be a layer 3 switch. So let's say switch 1 will be a layer 3 switch, which will be directly connected to the router, and then these will be layer 2 switches where the end devices will connect to them for internet connection. And then end devices, layer 2 switches are always access ports. So for end devices to connect, we will have trunk links and trunk ports and etc on this one. And then we will basically create a router on a stick, inter VLAN routing and communication on this router. And later on in the future, when we have covered all the initial exam objectives, we will basically make this switch a layer 3 switch to and also configure SVI, switch virtual interface, for the VLANs to communicate. So what we will do is we will create separate VLANs in these switches, and let's say we have 4 computers, and we will make 2 of them in one VLAN, and let's say 2 of them in a separate VLAN. And basically they will work separately. Basically VLANs is basically creating logical segmentation within an existing local area network, so that way all the communications are separate, they are not using the same connection. Everything will start making sense later on, don't worry. Is there anything else that we need to cover? Let's just bear with me 1 second. End devices will connect the server computers. Initially we will, the R1 will be the DHCP server for IP address allocation, but later on we will configure the server as the DHCP server with other configurations on the server. So this is important, so don't worry about this too much for now. So that's it. So what we have done is we have added those devices. Later on I'm going to give you the Google Drive link on this on our website, so that you can access this access this configuration directly on our website. So thank you so much for your time, and I will see you very soon with step 3, where we will be basically connecting these 2 separate areas using a serial connections, and then we will start adding cables. So we will start adding basically fiber optic, um, twisted pair cables, copper cables, etc., to connect those end devices, and then we will start switching, configuring the ports and everything. So by the end, we will cover everything from CCNA exam objectives, and you will have a really good understanding of the of CCNA. And a practical way is the best way to learn CCNA. No matter how much you learn, in basically in a theoretical way, but when you see everything, all the exam objectives basically show to you in a practical way, where you see them in real example, a real life example, a real life work example, enterprise example, how it applies in a real life environment, everything will start making sense to you. So thank you so much for your time, and I will see you next time with step 3.